Okay, so my activity was a stained glass window activity. So what you do is you create these images like this. So on the left one, they used a roller to create different shapes, and then they colored it in. On the right, it's an in-progress one of using tangrams, so it's able to be changed based off of the age group that you're doing it with. So you use a ruler to create a stained glass window, and you do this by creating shapes of triangles, squares, rectangles, hexagons. A bunch of other shapes can be in there too. And then you color the glass in, and then identify the shapes that are used inside of it. And to increase difficulty with the task, you can talk about how the shapes interact to create a bigger shape, so the big rectangle, and how those little shapes make that big rectangle. And then you can talk about the areas that those shapes take up and how they interact with each other. So this can be used for multiple age groups. I specifically chose 3rd grade for my example of how I did it. However, you can increase the difficulty for 6th grade by adding steps and parts to the activity. So for 3rd grade, it covers the standard 3GA1, which is understanding the different shapes and their attributes, and then 3GA2, which is understanding that shapes can be broken down into smaller areas. It connects to Math 139 through attributes, classifying triangles, and polygons. The attributes is like the size, the number of sides, the length of the sides, the parallel sides, just stuff like that. And then like angles. And then you can classify the triangles. I know that when I drew out mine, there was a lot of different types of triangles. I had isosceles, scalene, right triangles. You can just talk about like the features of those triangles and those types. And then polygons. So in mine, I didn't have any non-polygons. However, you can get the students talking about how there's possibly not polygons and what makes these polygons, but why aren't there any non-polygons in there? And then how does it promote mathematical thinking in students? It can promote thinking about what shapes are in things around us, and it can cause them to use math outside of just math problems on a piece of paper. So we did this with an art piece that can be hung up on the wall. It's just to get the minds thinking about different ways that you can see math instead of just paper and pencil. So I hope you guys enjoyed the activity that I came up with. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Thank you.